LGB. 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 LGB.
They say LGB everywhere I go. LGB. What it means, I don't know. LGB. Whatever it is. LGB. Kamala, help me, please.
Alrighty then.
I like you. LGB.
That let's go, Brandon, right?
LGB.
This means let's go, Brandon.
No. LGB.
Sounds like let's go, Brandon, I guess.
LGB. All right. Let's go, Brandon.
I am Cornholio.
Chant LGB. Right wing and left wing. LGB. Go, you know the thing. LGB. If you don't sing that back. LGB. And you ain't black. LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB. Let's go, Brandon.
FJB. Let's go, Brandon.
C&E presents the No BS Show. With your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Dock. It's the No BS Show. Take it away, guys.
Take it away.
There we go. Away we go.
Away we go. First off, I want to thank all our veterans out there. Without you guys and your dedication and devotion that you had, we wouldn't be able to do shows like this. That gets censored anyways. We'll get into that later. And I want to thank all our military serving overseas and homeland, protecting the freedoms that we have left. I want to thank all our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, tow truck drivers. We appreciate everything you guys do. Everything. I mean, it seems like it's calming down because midterms are coming, Doug. I got to play my song. How many people we got watching? 2? 7, which means we got 20.
And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Everybody knows what this song is, and that's where this country's heading. So Facebook, we don't own the rights to the music, so kiss my ass. I'll play it anyway. Yeah, it's a joke, dude. I tell you right now, the administration's a joke. It's a pure joke. They're running us right into hell. It's stop and think about this. We'll go off right on it. You wanted to start off with it? Yeah. If you guys are here, please let us know you're watching. And we're going to ask for that throughout the show, and we'll get into later why. Their little censorship game that they play on little shows like us. Who cares? We know who's watching. We counted it up last week. It was way more than what they said. Trust me. But, Doug, I got a theory. It's a crackpot theory, but if you think about this, it might make sense. What's up, Mike Rutherford? Nobody wants this war more than Joe Biden. I'm telling you right now with Russia and Ukraine. He's pushed this and pushed it and pushed it. They come back, they said Russia removed so many troops, bringing them home, this, that, and the other. Then he goes and they're going to invade any day. Then all of a sudden, I can't remember what that Russia offset. I call them the Russia guerrillas, start shelling, and then they're saying that what he got, they put 50,000 more troops on the line, and they're doing this, that, and the other. Stop and think about something. Joe Biden, his diplomacy was terrible on this, Doug, and has been terrible. Every day he's saying something stupid about Putin. Every day. He's already said he sent troops. Everybody's, well, he sent troops. He sent troops to NATO. He did not send troops to Ukraine. He didn't send troops to Ukraine and call Putin and say, hey, listen, I'm sending troops over. And the only reason I'm sending troops over is to make damn sure that our United States citizens get out of there safely. And then I'm pulling my troops back out. They asked him, Doug, what'd he say? I'm not doing that.
Right.
Who would want this war that he knows Russia invades Ukraine? It ain't going to last. It'll be quicker than what Desert Storm was. Remember that? How quick it was? Boom.
Right.
Who'd want it more? 2 hours ago, Russian commanders given orders to carry out Ukraine invasion. The U.S. has intelligence that Russian commanders have received orders. That's what I mean.
So that was 2 hours ago.
Well, have they put it on? I mean, have they invaded yet?
They might be slow at reacting.
They're slow reacting. Is that, our intelligence is a couple hours faster than our actual commands?
Right. Let me look it up and see.
Yeah, well, they could be invading, but who wants it more? Stop and think of this. Ukrainian government, everybody forgot this. Ukrainian government's investigating Hunter Biden for embezzlement of the oil company. Now, that's just a theory. It's a way far-fetched theory, Doug, but stop and think about that. Russia goes in there, wipes them out. There ain't no more investigation.
Right.
Am I wrong? Now, I'm not saying that's happening. But that's the reason. But I tell you what, I never seen a president be so stupid over something like this. He
is being stupid.
I mean, every day he says something that provokes Putin. Why would he do that? Yeah,
Right.
He wants us in that, Chris, because I believe, and it's a far-fetched theory, and that's all it is, a theory, a conspiracy theory of way out nature. But they wipe out Ukraine, they kick them in the ass. That investigation's over, Doug.
Now, 1 minute ago, Vice President Harris says there is a real possibility of war in Europe. She just kind of figured that all out.
Is she 2 hours behind too?
She's like 2 months behind.
Yeah, somebody walked in and said, hey,
you know what? I really think that's.
Are you up to date on current events? I'm not sure if you are, Vice President Harris.
Let's play Jeopardy.
We got a problem over here.
Let's play Jeopardy and see if you know what's going on.
You might want to catch up in the next hour. Yeah, because they said 2 hours ago this was happening. I don't know. You're not going to know until it happens. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to know until it happens. And if it happens, I hate to say this, I put a lot of responsibility on the president of the United States because he wouldn't shut his fucking mouth and handle it the right way.
Right.
Yeah, real possibility of war. No shit, Captain Obvious. Oh, wait. I didn't know. They didn't brief me. They didn't brief me 2 hours ago. They ain't briefed you in 3 months. You're still worried about the Poland border. Never mind ours. But that's just the theory I got. And I tell you, he hasn't helped if you listen to how he talks. I firmly believe this. I firmly believe that 3-4 weeks ago, maybe even 5-6 weeks or whatever, Trump would have been on Air Force One, called Putin up, said, hey, jack off, we need to meet.
Right, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. When you make
we need to meet.
One foot into that.
Yeah, and he would have went over there. They'd have met. walk behind closed doors, no media, no nothing, you know, and whip their dicks out, see which one's bigger. When they walked out, then it'd have been, you know, it was, you know. Yeah, no shit. But if you stop and think about everything, there you go. There's our second command of the United States. You know, yeah, you're right. That's, you know, things are great. Things are great.
So your theory is he's okay with this going to happen because it's going to take the heat off of Joe, whatever his name is, Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
But is there a reason that he wouldn't want it to happen?
Who wants war? I mean, really? I mean, how long do you think it's going to take Russia to wipe out Ukraine?
Well, it depends on who's behind Ukraine.
You know what? Putin's over there. Okay, Joe. He turns to this guy. It's one of them. Hold my beer. You know, Putin's going to hold my beer. Watch.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be back in an hour. You know, one of them deals. I mean, he's not offering any help. You know what I'm saying, Doug? He's not offering. He says, well, we'll give him this, we'll give him that. Well, he's not really, he's not, you know, Joe Biden's that kid, you know, Steve Urkel. Remember Steve Urkel on Family Matters? That's him, man. You know, he's walking into the football locker room.
Going, hi there.
Hi.
We're from the U.S. of A.
My bad. You know, I mean, really, yeah. You're right. Left side wants this war.
Yeah.
And I tell you this right now, if it happens, this ain't what you need to watch. This isn't what you need to watch. The Ukrainian deal is far from what you need to watch. The Chinese-Taiwan deal is what you need to watch. That's what's going to get bad, Doug. And you know, nobody's paying attention to that. You notice that?
Right.
I mean, the Chinese just sitting there laughing. They've been laughing ever since Biden got inaugurated, you know.
Everybody has. Can't believe Urkel's in the office.
Family Matters is back on.
We can watch it every day now.
Yeah.
All day long.
All you got to do is turn CNN, NBC, Fox, whatever. You're watching the Steve Urkel show. You know, I mean, whatever. It's a joke. And the problem is that joke in Washington, every single person on here is paying for it.
Yep.
Every single person on here is paying for it. And I'm telling you, it's not all about Hunter Biden. I'm not saying it's all about him, Doug. But I can tell you this, he's not stepping in like he should. And I guarantee you there's some reason being Hunter Biden's investigation for embezzlement in Ukraine. That oil company.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. We'll sit it out and see. Who knows? By the end of the show, there might be a war going on over there. But you know, according to the White House, we should be in war right now, Doug. He's got the highest intelligence. Listen, quote unquote. We don't make this shit up. It isn't like me and Doug. Hey, let's talk about this shit that ain't true. Yeah. This is all shit they say.
Yeah, you say this and then I'll say that.
Yeah, right. He come out and said, United States intelligence told him what, Doug, that within 2 days, 3 days, that we'd be Russia and Ukraine would invade Ukraine. One of the reporters asked a question and he got all wound up and he said, listen, the United States has the highest and best intelligence in the whole world. They know everything. We have the best intelligence, and walked off stage. Well, if that's so true, where the hell were they in Afghanistan, Doug?
Right.
He contradicted himself. They told him about Afghanistan.
Yeah.
The intelligence told him.
He said they never said that.
But they're telling him about this, right?
Will Hunter's investigation go away like Hillary's? You know what? I think that that's probably why he's talking to the guy.
Yeah.
And we'll come over there. There's
But
some housekeeping things we need to take care of.
just like when they were trying to get Trump with the Ukrainian, what's his name, over collusion. Remember, because Trump called him. We had Joe Biden when he was vice president. We had him telling a story about when he was over there, and he told him, "Listen, I'm getting on a plane in 4 hours, and if this ain't straightened out, and this case ain't dropped, remember, I can't remember what case it was, you're not getting your money. And if you want to, go ahead and call Obama. But if you don't drop this and your prosecutors don't do this, you're not getting this money, and I'm going to be on a plane."
Right.
Laughing. There was no difference. There's no difference. Collusion. But the left side, well, he was right with what he was saying, but Trump did it. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. That's what's gonna happen, Chris. They're gonna take Taiwan.
And we've been saying this all along that there's distractions going on.
Yeah.
And when they're think about this, they haven't talked about COVID in a month.
No.
I haven't said anything about it.
And we've said that for 3 weeks. You hear anything about COVID this week? Oh, the numbers are down.
Yeah.
Midterms are coming too.
So now, right.
Midterms are coming, the numbers are down all of a sudden.
Right. So you don't need to be masked or anything.
At Christmas and that, we're at 20,000 cases a day. We hit February. Oh shit! Midterms are 3-4. Poof.
Yeah. Only
Sprinkles.
couple thousand.
Sprinkles. The virus is down. Just like that. Boom.
All right. Our hashtag tonight is
censorship.
No, hold on. I gotta wait till it comes up. Hold on.
Doug forgot what
Freedom Convoy. Yeah.
Freedom Convoy.
It takes a lot to know that. Hashtag Freedom Convoy in the comments so you can get counted.
Big D's Pizza. Large 2-item pizza, Pepsi product. Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio.
Yes.
Dean Henry's on. Thank you, Dean. Good guy. And if you're out of town and you want to donate your pizza to, veterans, fire, police, and that, Dean will make sure it gets sent to the right place. We appreciate all you do, Dean. Thank you.
And if it goes to the police, he can give them your name and
number.
Hey.
So when you go speeding through Clyde and get pulled over, hey man, bitch, I gave you a free pizza.
Right. Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so Joe, you go.
Freedom Convoy. I tell you what, I seen, can't remember, I think Tammy or somebody sent me a couple videos, and I haven't had time to look all the way through and check if it's true. But if it's true, what they're doing in Canada is wrong. They took the horse brigade down through.
They did what?
They took the horse. They come out on mounted horses, and they started going through the crowd. And there was people getting knocked over, kicked by horses, hurt. And I tell you what, Canada's out of control.
Okay, well let's talk about Canada then we'll come back to the U.S. So Canada, now they enacted they've already enacted it. A lot of the reports say they have not, but they have. They've enacted what's called Emergency Act. And what that does is they have frozen all the bank accounts of any of the truckers that are involved.
They froze their bank accounts?
Yes. And through this Emergency Act, that can happen.
They're going fucking communist too, then.
Well, he's being accused of that. He is really being accused of that. The powers granted by the act would allow banks to target the accounts of people who have donated to crowdfunding platforms, the fundraising campaigns, GoFundMe and Give, Send, Go, as well as the truckers. So what they
So
do?
if you donated to the truckers and they
Yes.
found out they froze your account,
Yes.
that's a fucking socialist communist move right there.
Well,
Did they burn down a city? Did they loot anything? I'm asking for a friend, Facebook, so you
I
get
am
all fucking jacked out of shape. I'm
not.
asking a
I'm not
question.
seeing anything like that. No.
No, did you sure they didn't hold a black captive?
I don't recall seeing that on the news. I feel
No,
like I'm
no.
on trial here.
If emergency vehicle needed through, they let it through, correct?
Yes, they did.
Right. So
Oh boy, we're gonna lose a lot of people today.
I'm yeah, you ain't shitting. So yeah, they froze the donators accounts too. What if you're from the United States and donated?
I
to it?
don't think that they can that don't reach across the United States.
Also took their license, suspended their license. Boy, I tell you what. That's how a way to de-escalate. Would he go to the same college fucking Biden went to?
What?
You know,
The School of Urkel.
the School of Urkel. I mean, seriously, think about it. How's that going to de-escalate anything? And here's another thing, people. Remember, Doug, when we started this show and we kept telling everybody, hide cash in your house. Make sure you have cash on hand. You know, don't have all your money in the bank. Don't go with the Bitcoin and all that. Make sure you have cash in the house. Here's a fine fucking example why. Am I wrong?
No.
I'm already letting the F word fly. You can tell I'm
So here's what's going on. It's actually complicating things a lot because now these truckers, they don't have any funds, and now they can't get fuel, so they can't run their trucks, so they're stuck where they're at. And these police, if you're in there, they just take your license plate, get your license, and off you go. Your bank account's froze.
It's a communist, socialist move. I told.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to hunt them down. They're going to hunt them down. What'd they do to Antifa in Canada?
They did nothing.
What'd they do to Black Lives Matter in Canada? I'm asking for a friend.
Nothing.
I was text that question and asked that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No.
they nothing.
Nothing.
That
Not
I know
a
of.
thing. Not a
That I
thing.
know. Right.
What do you mean they ain't guns? They're going to take their guns too?
I did not see that, but the way things are going, I would say, because this is an emergency act that has never been used before, and now it is.
So how is this going to make things better?
They've warned that those still in Ottawa's downtown core that more ramifications would come if protesters don't leave, threatening to cancel insurance and suspend corporate accounts. So they have access to
basically,
your bank account, cancel your license, cancel your insurance, and now if you're a corporate truck, they can go after your corporation.
Well, their insurance is a government insurance, isn't it? Aren't they all on a government?
Not for auto.
Oh, auto.
It was used in 1933.
So if you guys in Germany used it, oh, imagine that.
Communists.
Huh? Imagine that. So stop and think of this. That if Canada has access to all your bank accounts, shut it down and freeze them and everything, you don't think the United States don't?
Well, I was thinking about that earlier today, and we don't have that in our. It doesn't matter, but we don't have it in our Constitution or anything like that. But doesn't say they can't say, you know what, that worked out really well over there at Canada.
Well, all you got to do is swipe of a pen in the United States, executive order,
Right.
right?
Right.
And by the time it goes through Congress and Senate to try to override it, your months, couple months.
So, do you believe we should have executive orders?
They use military with no identification or badges. The prime minister said he supported Black lives because they were peaceful. What the fuck was peaceful about them, Doug? You know what I'm saying? Where's him and Biden, all these peaceful protests? Dude, they burnt shit down and looted shit. These guys are letting, they didn't let emergency vehicles through. They never let, Black Lives Antifa riots. I call them riots. I call them what they were, riots.
Right.
But this is going to overflow. You watch. This is going to turn out worse than if they'd have just let them continue doing what they're doing and eventually disperse. This is going to turn out worse. Yeah. Jeez, Bates. Did the dumb tree fall on Canada too?
Oh my God.
Huh?
So, you know what? Speaking of all this, and 1 week we got caught up in something, so we didn't get to it. But they did pass that legislation on the $600. So if you use Venmo, PayPal, your account, check, whatever, and it's over $600, it's getting reported.
Well, it's funny. I had breakfast this morning with actually Joe Given was there, Johnny Newman, Doug Cantley, and Doug was talking about a sale he had, and he had a car up for sale on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
He got these papers in the mail, wanting to know the exact price, what he paid for the car, what he sold it, this, that, and the other. And
From who?
Joe, if you're on, I can't remember who he got them from now, but he got papers, and I said, well,
he listed it where?
Facebook and I think he listed it on Craigslist and stuff.
So one of them probably sent those over because they're doing what the government's telling them to do.
Right. And we preached about this, 3 months ago, wasn't it?
Right. Yep.
That it was coming down the line. So that means if you have a deposit that goes into your bank account for $600 or more, or goes out of your bank account for $600 or more, they know.
Mm-hmm.
They're tracking every move.
Yeah, and at the end of the year, if you used not so much Venmo and that, they just track it. But if you use Facebook Marketplace, they'll send you a 1099-E.
Aaron's got a good point, though. There's no way to track that, Aaron. If I call someone up and I say, I want you to come do this for me, and I pay you cash, there's no way. You can't track that. The best thing you need to do nowadays, though, is call a guy up and say, I want to talk to you about something. Can you meet me at my house? Don't even talk about it on the phone anymore, Doug.
Right.
And I proved that to everybody out there. And I don't know how many of you have tried it. Talk to somebody about buying a truck, an F-150. Specify, I want to buy an F-150, or I want to buy a weather guard toolbox. I got a weather for my kids and my wife for Christmas. We talk about, that's all the ads come up. Next day, you'll see ads come up on Facebook, Well, because it was sold on Facebook. Through, they was on, and if it's sold for $600 or more, you got to pay taxes on it again, Mike. Let me put a disclaimer out there. The way I see it, the way I interpret it, or whatever you want to say, I don't want to give misinformation because the Facebook and YouTube gobs will come down and spank my ass for it. But if you put something up on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or something, and it's 600 or more, and then you put up sold, Facebook or Craigslist, whichever one, will send you basically a 1099 that you sold that
I
for
think
600 or more.
Yeah, I think it's 1099E.
And I knew more about it. We knew more about it 3 months ago when we were yapping about it, bitching about it, and the whole bank.
Nobody
account.
cared.
And everybody, yeah, okay.
There they go again.
Now, what the fuck you mean? Yeah, well, I don't know. Like,
you don't know how many times we get that. People
like a
go,
year
oh,
ago,
can you believe
on the vaccine mandates for, what they passed in the law federally with the employers and shit, But,
right.
And then, 3 months later, they can't do it. Well, they already did it 3 months ago.
Right.
You were worried about your stimulus check and your big screen TV. You already had that money spent on at Walmart. I mean, and I'm telling you, something's coming down the line because Walmart's running a big sale on big screen TVs again. Whenever the hell they do that,
something's coming.
Yeah, Russian-Ukraine war. But
if you're talking about the 1099, it comes at the end of the year.
Yeah, just when you think you got all your taxes done and you send it in, boom.
We will never know what happens in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Japan. We're not allowed to be there. I think China. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, they already know that. And you're right. IRS has all your bank account numbers. They got them all right now. I mean, we warned people several times back in June when they started doing this child tax credit, giving it to you now. We warned people several times.
Yeah.
And now there's people paying the price, Doug. They filed their tax and everything, sent it in, and the government come back and says, well, guess what? You made too much money for that. So,
yeah, you got to wait on 1099, but I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
I thought it was E, but I don't think.
If you put it, let me specify this down to what I know. If you put it up on Facebook, Craigslist, or anything, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or anything like that, and it sold, and you had $1,000 on it, and it sold, yeah, you'll be getting a 1099 from them. If you just sold it outright without putting it up there, I'm not too sure you will, but I know there's a lot of cars that'll be sold on paper for $500 right now, though, Doug. What Doug Cantley was asking, I think, was saying is, he had $1,000, and they said, well, the net worth is on this value was $1,300. So now they're going to fucking jack you around saying, well, you said 1,000, but it's actually blue booked out at, and I think they're going to try to get you like that too.
It's 1099K is what it's called. 1099K for anyone who meets the $600 threshold in 2022. So if you sold it last year, you're okay.
I'm still stuck on this Canada thing.
That they
who I want to donate my money to is my fucking business. My business. And now they're gonna freeze my shit because of it.
If you lived in Canada, yeah, because you were donating to a
here, Aaron, I don't know. I know that 600 or more, if you deposit a check in, I don't know if they'll question it or not, but I guarantee you they know that you deposited a check of 600 or more.
So your bank accounts, any kind of 600 deposit or withdrawal, Venmo, all of them ones that are out there, there's hundreds of them.
The best advice I can give you is if you got $800 coming for something, you get 2 checks of $400 and deposit them in 2 different days. That's all who knows? You're not, you know.
Listen, there was a guy in Sandusky that went to jail over this.
Over what?
Over what they were doing was making deposits at that time $10,000 under that multiple times, and
a week.
yeah,
And then they
so-
went and bought $50,000 cars and paid cash for them.
right,
And
right,
then they got caught taking more than 10,000 to the airport and
right.
going to and the two that was doing the deposits and bought the cars were kids, and the
Right.
father ended up going 14 months to a federal prison, took the hit for the kids.
You're gonna go to jail now.
No, it ain't tax evasion. I'm just saying, I mean, you I guess it is tax evasion. I don't know. But
It's a 1099K.
1099K. I don't know, Aaron. I don't have the question to that. I don't have an answer to that. You know what I mean? It's you're gonna have to get real creative.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get real creative. So all I'm saying is we're watching Russia, Ukraine, we're watching Canada, the communism going on in Canada that I never thought I'd see. We're watching the Mexican border. Well, we're not really watching that. We're just letting people through. We're watching, you should be watching the Chinese Taiwan ordeal, stuff like that. And while we're distracted, and if that kind of lets up a little, the numbers will go back up and we'll start talking about COVID and vaccines and mandates. And meanwhile, they're pushing shit through in the government, just like me and Doug have said for over a year now. When shit starts going, you got to watch what's going on in Washington because they're pushing shit through,
Right.
that you can't imagine. And now this is pushed through, and it's going to cause a whirlwind of shit because now the IRS, I can tell you this, the IRS, if you have a deposit of $600 or more, so if you got a paycheck, it don't matter if it's direct deposit or a paper check, and you make over $600 a week, the IRS is going to know how much is going to your account every week now. Every time that goes in, every Friday my check's direct deposited. I'm sure on Monday they know how much was deposited in my account, which in turn they know what's in your savings account, what's in your checking account, what's in your IRA, what's in your CDs, what what I'm saying? Any investments you have, they know it all.
So this went through. It was in the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. So for all those that thought that was a good idea,
but it's enacted now, though, right?
Yeah, not the one they're trying to infrastructure.
It's in now. They're doing.
Yeah. It was in the American Rescue Plan Act.
No.
What?
Yeah. What?
No. Yeah.
That was the first one that did pass.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they're working on the Build Back Better plan now.
Yeah, Build Back. How about just leave the fuck the way it was?
And yeah, and we do need to build it back now.
Yeah,
and don't be surprised that there's some crazy stuff in that one too, because they really want to get that through.
There you go. Venmo.
Oh, wow. Taking a look.
Yeah. There you go, people. Yep. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Are you leaving? He's out of here. Went for a walk. Just had to get up and stretch my legs. Get my 15-minute break in.
I had to go cancel my Venmo account.
I just deleted a bunch of stuff off my phone. I didn't want anybody to see
I
it.
don't want anybody to see. So, you know, I joke a lot, and I get that, you know, but I mean, this ain't nothing to joke about. I mean, oh, Tommy Hayward sent me a text.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't tell me he's gone already.
No, but these are the hats going around.
Freedom Convoy. All right.
Yeah, I want to get one of them. Yeah, if you had a yard sale, take cash only.
Right.
You know, and there's a lot of money. Like, you know, I don't have Venmo. Debbie does, but you know, my kids. You know, Aaron. I don't know if Aaron, but Chad.
Putting you out there, guys.
Well, Chad. You know, he'll send money. You know, for his phone or whatever through Venmo, this, that, and the other, and it's being tracked now.
Right. So if you get a phone bill that's $600, pay it in small increments.
Oh no, the thing of it is you let's just say Debbie lets over 600 build up in that Venmo account, it's going to trigger a light.
Right.
You know,
just like we do when we talk on Facebook.
Yeah, let's. I'm not done with that fucking Canadian shit yet, but let's move on to our censorship.
You want to talk about that, or you want to talk about the Freedom Convoy?
Let's wait for the Freedom Convoy, because either one of these might get us, you know, mysteriously our feed stops. You know,
give them a break for a little bit.
They're watching it now, Aaron. Yeah, you know, there's always a record. It don't matter, you know, if you go Venmo, PayPal, whatever. There's always a record transaction they can dig up if they need to. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, there was no record. Bitcoin you couldn't trace. You know, now I'm sure. What'd you say, Doug, a couple weeks back? The government's trying to track down and trace Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
the easiest way for you to bribe somebody is through crypto.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin. I mean, you send Bitcoin over to somebody that was untraceable. You couldn't, you know.
Right.
So now, you know, I'm sure that our politicians won't vote. You know, won't vote for. Hi, Mark. Won't vote for Bitcoin to be traced, because then a lot of their goddamn money goes away quick and it'll be tracked.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But no, let's get into the censorship first, Doug.
Do you think that we're being censored?
Absolutely.
We did. We spent about 20 minutes after the show last week putting together numbers to this, and like right now you're seeing 14. And last week, I think, I don't know, we were somewhere between 12 and 14 people, and that's pretty much where it stays. But finding out that that's probably not true, that's not a legitimate number. We actually ended up with 20.
That's not true.
25 to 30 people that we know are on, through comments or
that we know of.
Yeah. Either they text us and said, yeah, I was watching it, or talking to them, or they've left not a comment, but a emoji.
Yeah.
Gosh, we love you.
I just had a text. I'm not going to say who it texts. Him and his wife are watching right now. And I know he watches pretty religiously, but never comments or anything like that. You know, so there's another one, you know. What's the fucking joke is this? Our little show. Just a little show that don't amount to much, really, if you really look at it. Now, if they're willing to take where we actually got that we can count 25 to 35 in that range viewers that we know that are watching, and dilute it down to say 12 up in that left corner, which I can't even see no more, and we still can't figure that out. I can't see it anywhere. I can't.
They don't want to
see
hear from you
it.
anymore.
Yeah, but I can't see it on our Sandusky. I can see it on Hammer Down or something, but not on anything that we do. But what are they doing to other people? It's no different than over in this comment section. I mean, come on. Seriously? You write stuff over there and there's certain triggers. Boom.
Yeah. Didn't it happen last week too?
I think it happened to somebody last week, but Chaz got nailed the week before for saying tranny. We thought Robbie was going to get nailed, or somebody said something. Chris Stevens has gotten booted. I ain't seen him comment. I don't know if he's still on. He made a comment earlier here tonight that we said, bye, but I mean, why would they be so concerned? Is if why would Facebook be so concerned on the simple fact, our little show, that they feel the need to dilute our numbers down to show up there only 12 people? Well, there's one we didn't count, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they be so concerned to dilute our numbers down to show that only 12? I tell you why. They don't want, you go on something like this.
Our numbers are climbing now.
Well, you go on to something. Yeah, they are. You go on something like this and you jump on first time viewer and you see 9, 12 people. Well, this might not be that great. Only that many people, or sponsors or businesses want to,
They don't want you to grow.
They don't want you to grow.
So if they keep you at, 15 people.
But I guarantee you, Doug, if we're talking about the left side, how great they were and pushing their agendas, we'd have 80. We'd have 80. And it'd be okay. Nobody would get fucked with over in that chat room. If you were saying something bad about Trump or stuff like that, you wouldn't get messed with. Trust me. We might get messed with tonight because, Lord forbid, evidently Biden and Trudeau are fags and jacking each other off because they got the same kind of mentality. Who knows? I mean, they're both showing communist states. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm going to be honest with you. I always looked up to Canada. I always thought Canada was an okay place. Until now. Now, I ain't saying that about the Canadian people. The Canadian government. You watch, the border's going to close. The borders are going to close, people.
Freedom
Guaranteed.
Convoy, Mark.
Yeah. Freedom Convoy. Yeah, well, we're up 16 now, huh, Doug?
Yeah. You must have touched on something.
Well, yeah. What are they,
They gave him a couple more.
Zuckerberg, if you go and look, I don't know where it was, just seen a video of Zuckerberg getting questioned by one of the senators or congressmen.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked him, or do you really want to tell us, could you tell us what motel you're staying in right now? And he starts stuttering. He goes, well, no, I'd rather not. Can you tell us this? Well, I'd rather not. He goes, but you have no problem disclosing that about people on Facebook, and different things.
Right.
Don't worry about a chip in a vaccine. I've preached this from day one, Doug. Don't worry about a chip in the vaccine. Every single one of you assholes got a Facebook account like me, and I'm the biggest asshole. We all got cell phones. Lord forbid we leave our house, don't take our cell phones with us. Hell, we all go to the shitters and take our cell phones with us because we're on them, I mean,
looking at the latest news.
Right. But especially when you hit a 5G, well, I don't know.
About 5G, we'll be talking about that today.
Deborah, we're going to have to look at it, you know. But if Lord forbid you got 5G, trust me, that phone doesn't have to be on dial talk or whatever, just be sitting there. And we've already proved that Siri and I don't know if it will, Shannon, you know.
We're
There's
gonna talk
another
about
one,
that
Doug.
here in a few. Yeah.
But we already proved Siri, Alexa, all that shit listens to your shit. You know, go look at it. Why is them lights glowing in that when you're talking in your kitchen and you got it off? Why does that light still glow? So listen to every fucking thing you're saying. Just like your phone, especially in 5G. Once you click 5G, whew, they know where you're at. They know where you're at all the time. So have a conversation. Like I said, there's people that have tried it out there. Don't believe me? Have a conversation. Deliberately call someone and talk about a product. Name the product by name and talk about it for a few
Right.
minutes. And I guarantee you, within 3 hours to the next day, open your Facebook up and you're going to see ads about that product on your Facebook page. Don't believe me? Try it. You know, sit there. It's, yeah, you're an angel, all right. But it is what it is. I mean, Facebook, you can censor us. You can dilute the numbers. You can dilute how many people are reached. All that stuff. The fact of it is sooner or later, I'm hoping to God, we all get sick of this shit and stand up, Doug. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, my God, the country to the north of us that's been our right hand for years. Well, you just said tonight, sickening. If that doesn't put a butterfly in your stomach and upset you and give you a slight headache, I don't know what to tell you. You know,
It's scary. Speaking of 5G, 4G, 3G, 3G is coming to an end. If you have any 2G or 3G devices, which a lot of the older iPads and all them, they're on 2 and 3G. And I know AT&T is turning theirs off on Tuesday, the 22nd. If you have one of those I've fallen, I can't get up things, if it's using 3G or 2G, it will not work. OnStar and a lot of the vehicles will stop working. So just our public service announcement to everybody, because even if you have a phone, this 3G will stop working. And AT&T said that they were done on the 22nd, which is Tuesday. They will stop all the 3G service. So if you have elderly people, you might want to check what they've got.
most of them is 4G at least anymore in the last. Aaron, you can turn that setting off all you want. I'm telling you, it updates. Yeah, it comes back on. That phone will do updates you don't even know. I've tried turning settings off before, and a couple days later, the phone will act weird or whatever. A couple days later, they're back on. Trust me. You know, you turn all the settings you want off on your phone. These phones, these mini computers and that we got now, they still know, man. There's different things that are going in, especially when you click into a 5G area. It don't matter if you got them on or off. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know.
So, for example, if you have a auto car start and it's on the 3G network, you're gonna be going out in the cold.
Yeah, you're going, why am I? You're gonna be pulling in. My auto start ain't working. No, your phone ain't working.
Right.
They're not hearing anything on that 3G, and they want you up on 4 and 5 so they can track
what
you
you're
better.
saying, and it gets better coverage. 3G had some places where it didn't cover. Now they'll figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, they'll figure out where you're at. But stop and think how many. I laugh about it, but it's true. How many of you out there even run up to the gas station and run back without your phone?
I don't think many.
No. I mean, that's why I laughed when they kept saying there's a chip in the vaccine. There's a chip. They don't need to put a chip in the vaccine.
Right.
They don't need to do that. I mean, yeah, it is.
All right, we want to give away a pizza.
Big D's Pizza.
Big D's
Dean
Pizza.
Henry. I tell you what, he had some things up this morning. I don't know if you've seen that on Facebook. A pound of chicken chunks.
Oh.
For $9.99. Oh my God. I tell you what, I even said to Debbie, I said, my God, them look good. I was that close to driving to Clyde. I'm telling you the truth.
I was at a restaurant last night, and a hamburger, just plain hamburger, was $12.99.
Yeah.
Now, last year when I went in there, it was $9.99. Unbelievable the amount that it is raising over a year. And I don't blame the restaurant for it at all. I mean, they got to do what they got to do, but
they got to survive.
Yeah, but Jesus.
I went in and bought donuts yesterday. I was driving to Cleveland. Too windy, the whole night. But I stopped at Hammond's Bakery. I'll give a shout out real quick in Vermillion, Ohio. Hammond's Bakery. If you want good donuts, I'm telling you right now, them people are good people too. Real good people. The cost went up. And he's like, hey, I don't care.
Right.
I really don't care. It went up a couple bucks or whatever. I get it. You can't keep your prices, it's like Dean and them. They can't keep their prices what they were 14, 15 months ago.
Right.
Their prices have went out of sight. When's the last time you drive by the gas stations? Gas, I think, is $3.39 around here right now. Diesel fuel's $4.19 a gallon. Here we go, Doug. $4.19 a gallon. Now, where do you think that influx of price, diesel fuel, they have what's called surcharges.
Right. Yeah.
With the truckers for
Yep.
deliveries. That surcharge goes up to the customer, like Big D's Pizza, the grocery stores, different.
Yeah.
It just goes past on. And where did it start? Washington, D.C.
And a surcharge isn't like $10. It's like a couple $100 surcharge.
Yeah. I mean, diesel fuel was what? A year ago, $2.50? I mean, before he took office?
Yeah.
$2.50, $2.60. You're talking $1.50 raise per gallon. To take one of these semi trucks, your minimum 100 gallons you're filling up. You know what I mean, Doug?
Right.
100, 200 gallon tanks, double tank. They're looking at a couple hundred gallons. That's $230, $40 more. Yeah, executive order on Keystone Pipeline.
Right. Hashtag.
And then turn around and let Russia run theirs through Germany. Freedom Convoy. So, how many people we got in there, Doug?
Well,
we only got 10 showing or viewing?
16. We got 7 entries. Come on. Could do better.
Come on, people. That. Hashtag Freedom Convoy.
The other thing that does is that moves Freedom Convoy, hashtag Freedom Convoy, up in the charts.
Yeah. So you put it in. It helps.
Yes.
It helps. So, I mean, all right, Doug.
What?
Roll the dice.
Hi there. You're all little. Why do you keep putting U.S. at the end of it, Mark?
Mark, it's Freedom Convoy, no U.S. Hashtag Freedom Convoy only.
We'll give you one more opportunity.
There's Mike Rutherford. Huh?
Okay, and you can
Big
see
one.
entries are getting in. We're 11.
There you go.
And, all right, and let's make sure it counts for you. Or did you get one before?
I don't know.
All right,
All right, roll the dice.
we're ready.
Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio. Dean Henry, great guy. Large 2-item pizza, 2-liter Pepsi product, and the winner is
Dun, 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 dun.
Tammy
Tammy.
Spears.
All right, Tammy. There you go.
Yeah, she's won a couple times.
All right. Excitement.
Make your way to Clyde, Ohio. Donate it to a trucker.
There you go.
Heroes. There you go. Thank you, Tammy.
You're the big winner.
Freedom Convoy, Doug.
Yeah, Freedom Convoy. You know what that's starting?
What?
Well, first of all, it's coinciding with the State of the Union address.
Well, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. 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 Down in Mississippi. No, I tell you what, man. I'm gonna get off real quick. I went to school with Kevin Rutherford. Mike was a little older. Go down to Mississippi. I mean, way down Mississippi, Doug. That's where their grandma and grandpa lived. Me and Kevin get down there. Felt like the dirt road ended up on the mountain where they lived, but that's I wake up in the morning. I'm telling you, man, I smelt this smell and it was like, what the hell? I felt like I was in a restaurant smell, get up, homemade biscuits,
wow.
a spread.
Good.
A spread, man. I'm like, it's some of the best food I ever ate in my life. So I'm thinking, oh, this is cool as hell. And Lord forbid you only eat one plate. I think you offend them when, you know what I mean? You got to eat.
Yeah.
We leave and we come back around lunch or whatever. There's another spread, man. I'm thinking, what the hell, and same thing for dinner. And I mean, I said to Kevin, I says, is she doing this because that's the way they cook down there, man. I tell you what, homemade. It ain't, you don't go to the store and, Pillsbury biscuits,
Right.
Oh my God. The cooking down south, even when I was in Georgia, the cooking, anyways. Yeah, Mike, no, but they're good donuts.
Now you made me hungry for sausage gravy and biscuits.
Oh my God. Hammond's Bakery in Vermilion, Ohio, right off 60. They good donuts. Big D's Pizza.
Maybe they'd like to sponsor. You never know. You didn't talk to them about that, did you?
No.
I just want donuts.
I want the donuts. But they upped the price $2. I didn't care. So what do you think that you gotta, you're paying higher prices, just like Dean Henry. He's paying higher prices. What do you expect? Everybody. Oh yeah. Everybody, you got to stop and ask yourself this. If the product is good and the quality is good, $2 shouldn't mean shit, Doug. $2 shouldn't mean shit. The prices are going up for them. Pay. You need to support your local businesses like Dean,
Right.
Big D's, Hammond's Bakery. These mom and pop places, they're not corporate. They're not like going into crack. And I ain't got nothing against Cracker Barrel. They don't have the backing at Cracker Barrel, Bob Evans,
Right.
Dunkin', Panera Bread. All these are corporate. These are mom and pop stores. They got one place. Support them. They got to survive too. So.
I'll be having sausage biscuits and gravy now.
Oh yeah. I tell you what, Mike's mom, Miss Rutherford, she could cook too, man. Woo. So yeah. Walmart's in trouble with Chinese a little bit too themselves. research it. But anyways,
Okay, so the Freedom Convoy is headed to Washington, and March 1st, the date picked because that's the State of the Union address. And they are putting up the fences now because of the Freedom Convoy. Not because they want to keep Biden in, because of the Freedom Convoy.
are you kidding?
No,
They're worried about it, huh?
they're worried. Yes.
Didn't one fence stay up anyways?
No, I don't think so.
Did they take them all down?
Yeah. Yeah. So they're going to make sure that the Capitol is surrounded by fencing, which it's the people's house. Should
It's
be
our
able to go in
house.
there if they want.
It's our house. We got some people having issues of freezing up.
What's the 6th?
She said they're going into 6. We
Who?
heard it first. I don't know. The truckers.
Says U.S. Capitol Police are bracing for potential Freedom Convoy truck protests to Washington, D.C. for the March 1st speech. Freedom Convoy truckers
March
have been
1st.
protesting in Canada for weeks. Blah, 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 blah. I got it off of Fox News. They could be wrong.
So I really hope they go through with this.
Yeah, we've seen a false start in what was it, September,
October, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna do it. I mean, they got enough ammo to do it now.
Well,
So
especially now. I mean, with Canada pulling the shit they just pulled, here's the thing. We said it last week when we went into it, and I'm not going to get a lot into it. Everything you have in your house right now come from a truck.
Yeah,
You're going to see where the bear shits in the woods.
right.
Everybody says, where's the bear shit in the woods? Well, you're going to see in everyday life when the bear stops take a shit, and I hope they do, we're all going to hurt. We're all going to hurt. And the worst part about this, Doug, is you're going to have people say, oh, them fucking truck drivers, why are they doing this? They're going to blame truck drivers for a lot of shit. And the fact of it is they're the only ones that have the balls to do it, Doug.
Right.
Huh? I don't.
Yeah, this is.
I tell you what, that'll be the start of it.
Let me see here.
I can tell you this right now. I remember when they went on strike in the 70s. This country stopped. Stopped right now. Completely stopped. I mean, I never forget that. And I hope they do. I hope they do. It's.
Now, well, I was playing there.
Yeah, I don't understand. You know what? I don't understand how Trudeau gets off on calling them terrorists. You see that? Trudeau called the truckers terrorists.
Yeah, but did you fact check it?
I don't know. There was a lot of news agencies reported it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Biden was in town in Lorain, Ohio, last week.
Here's some comic relief.
And he, boy, oh boy, you watch it and you let me know what you think.
Yeah, you guys watch this one. This is hilarious.
Now we're talking about cleaning up the Cayuga River behind the Cayuga Gorge Dam, and in the process, and it passes through Cleveland. The I always mispronounce it. The Mawami River, right? Wami River in Toledo. I can say Toledo. Now we're talking about cleaning up the Cayuga River behind the Cayuga Gorge.
Cayuga. It's Cuyahoga, dumbass. You know, I can say Toledo though, so I'm happy.
Right, I got Toledo down.
It is the most incompetency I ever seen.
I know, and
Huh?
we're letting it go. We're letting it go.
You know, one video I'll never forget is, where was he? Texas? In Texas, when he got off the plane and he's trying to talk, and he goes, what am I doing here?
I don't even know where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Maumee River. I don't know, none of the rivers that go into the Great Lakes or the Lake Erie around us.
He was wait a minute. He was trying to say Maumee River, and he was saying Wami.
Maumee.
And then they okayed it. They're like, yeah, Wami.
Yeah.
The Wami River.
Well, you're gonna confuse him. Don't tell him Maumee. You're gonna confuse him. Just let him go.
And then he goes, I always say this wrong. Wami River.
Maumee, you dumbass.
Wow.
Yeah. But he said Toledo, right? So it's okay.
Yeah. Good.
You know, the reason he said Toledo, right, is because he used to watch MASH and he knew where Klinger was from.
Oh, boy.
It's not going to happen, Chaz. It's not going to happen. They're fighting it. I mean, you know, and let me tell you what. Here's the thing. Stop and think of why he was in Lorain, Ohio. I mean, nothing against Lorain, but what's Lorain got going for him right now? Not much, Doug. The steel mill's shut down. You know, the shipyard's gone. You know, Ford plant's gone. Now they're gonna, you know, they're gonna put a shipyard back in Lorain. You know what I mean? They're gonna put how these comments are coming out. Woo! But they're gonna put a shipyard back in Lorain, and I believe that starts in 23 or something. I can't, you know. And then they're putting the other shipyard that DJ was talking about down south on the river, but he had nothing to do with that shipyard going to Lorain. Our Ohio legislation is the ones that fought for that. And fought for that shipyard down on the river. You know, not him. So, you know, here he comes. Isn't it funny he picks Lorain, Ohio to stop and talk at?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
We can't even pronounce half the names.
Or he's standing in Lorain, Ohio with the Black River and don't even talk about the Black River. You know, it's a major river coming out through Lorain. You got, let's go with the rivers, Maumee River, you know, you come north, you got, you know, the Huron River, major rivers coming through. There's several in between too. I don't know them all. Vermilion River, you know, go north, Rocky River, Cuyahoga River, Chagrin River, Grand River. This sumbitch can't say one of them.
You did that without mispronouncing.
Yeah. He can't say what, you know. I mean, yeah.
I agree with that.
Lorain, Ohio. I was just at.
Yeah, I was there. That's in Ohio.
Yeah, Lorain, Kentucky, right?
So I don't know how this is going to work out with him doing his little speech, and the trucker's going to be there making a mess out of traffic.
Well, a mess out of what?
Traffic.
Who's gonna go watch his speech?
He would hope that the Democrats would show up. So if they get there in time, they can probably make a mess out of all that so that there won't be anybody there to watch it. But we'll be watching on TV.
Yeah, well, it'll be comedy hour. It'll be comedy hour. You know, yeah, right.
You guys are all gonna go away.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
It's gonna be me and. By the way, we're up to 18 viewers, and I don't know what's going on. You must have really put the fear of God in them.
You're right. The Great Lakes have been being cleaned up for a while now. This isn't something new. You know what I'm saying, Doug? This isn't something new. Lake Erie, we all, here, Lake Erie's cleaner now than it's been for a while. I mean, it isn't something that just, because Biden's in office, all of a sudden we're going to clean the Great Lakes. This has been an ongoing process, But I tell you right now, if martial law comes out because the truckers are going to do it, and they're doing that in Canada, the shit's going to hit the fan, Doug. That might be the straw.
Yeah, that might be what propels people into some action.
That might be the straw that breaks the camel's. I can't say camel, Lord forbid. I'd be, hurting somebody's feelings and the Middle East, Ethiopia or someplace.
We use those as transportation.
Yeah,
you call them transportation devices, not
four-legged. That might be the straw that breaks the four-legged transportation that they use over there with the hump in their back.
Do you shop Family Dollar?
No, I don't go in there much.
I don't either. I go to a dollar store occasionally, but so they are closing about 400 of their stores temporarily, and it's not due to the whole COVID thing.
What's it due to?
A rodent infestation at the Family Dollar warehouse has prompted the discount chain to recall a wide range of products sold at hundreds of stores throughout the southern United States. They said that they have found unsanitary conditions at the Family Dollar distribution center, where there is multiple like bird carcasses and bird droppings, rats, mice. They've chewed into all these boxes and got into stuff that probably ended up getting put on the shelf. So inspectors wrapped up their investigation on February 11th, finding live rodents, dead rodents in various stages of decay, rodent feces and urine, evidence of gnawing, nesting, and rodent odors throughout the facility, dead birds and bird droppings, all in this warehouse. So they have taken 400 of their stores and closed them temporarily so they could get all that stuff back.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding?
No.
You like peanut butter?
I do.
How many people out there like peanut butter? Just say yes if you like peanut butter. Nobody likes peanut butter.
No.
I don't like the crunchy peanut butter. I like the creamy peanut butter.
Correct.
Everybody's out there has ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
We got 3, 4, 5. So wow.
2 yeses.
They let them all go.
Yes. They're going. Right. They're going crazy. Yes.
Okay.
Do you know? You might not like peanut butter after this. Do you know? And you can research this. They're allowed so many rodent hairs per peanut butter jar.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
I'm not bullshitting, but look it up. Look it up. I mean,
come on.
They got such stop and think about it. Peanuts and that. How you gonna keep all the mice out of that shit? Seriously. I'm telling you, your dog's gnawing on something. It might like peanut butter. I can hear the toy that's yapping on. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's right what you're telling me about Family Dollar. But to say, you got mice in warehouses and stuff, I mean, come on.
I agree with that, but I guess this is like well beyond what you would normally see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor
Yeah.
chickies.
Yeah. Chicken's the healthiest thing you can eat. It's the most dirtiest animal. Anything it eats its own shit. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to eat a hard-boiled egg. Just remember that egg come out of a chicken's ass. Dude, I'll tell you a story. There's a guy in the quarry. I ain't gonna say his name. He's got farm fresh eggs. You
Mhm.
get them, and they're huge. And one truck driver says, "How do you get them that huge?" Oh, when they're getting ready to poop that egg out their ass, I push them back in, let them sit there another day or two, and they grow bigger. Really? Oh my God, I was laughing, but for what? The truck drivers? Or
No.
no, they're not going to get paid. They're going to get laid off, go on unemployment system, and because Ohio's unemployment was real stupid during the pandemic, and so much fraud went on. You got to show like 6 forms of identification to get your goddamn unemployment, and then it takes 6 to 8 weeks. If you're lucky, you'll get the first check. But I won't be shopping at Family Dollar. I'll tell you that, Doug. I didn't anyways.
Now it's a hard no.
Now it's a hard no. If I needed something before and there was one, yeah, but now it's a hard no. I drive, keep going.
Right.
Yeah,
Get it out of a gas station.
That's a good question. I don't know which one you're talking about, Tammy, but if our truckers pull this and we donate to the truckers, are we going to get our accounts froze?
I don't think we have that in the U.S.
Executive order, and that's where I was going with that before we got off. And somebody over there said, "What do you feel about executive orders?" I can tell you, you said how do I feel about them?
Yeah.
I can tell you this. I do believe there is a need for them, but I do believe they're being abused way outside of what they were structured for. And if you can remember in Facebook, we can play the fucking video. So kiss my ass when I say this. If you can remember in Joe Biden's campaign, quote unquote, out of his mouth, you cannot rule by executive order and making executive orders all the time. If you rule by executive order and making a bunch of them, you're considered a dictator. I didn't say that, Doug. Joe Biden said that in his campaign.
Right.
And in his first 2 months of office, he wrote more executive orders than a lot of them put together. He wasn't even inaugurated 4 hours and wrote an executive order to kill the Keystone Pipeline. That's why I still wear this cat hat. And he still hasn't said the name of 13 military personnel killed.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, you have that right, Aaron.
You're right.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
You're absolutely
right.
Right
or wrong. Right or wrong.
And he even started, you can tell that's my son. You see, he's getting aggravated, starts using the F word. But
so,
regardless, what about schools?
Did you think there'd be something about schools? Well, first of all, let's talk about this now. 15 states plus Florida they've got the "Don't Say Gay" bill going on.
Don't what?
Don't say gay. What it is, it's not actually called that. It's a bill that restricts schools from teaching anything about sexuality, LBGTQ,
A, B, C, F, G.
Let me find our banner. LBGTQIA plus.
Yeah.
So they're being told that they're not to teach about homosexuality, talk about transgendered.
Tranny.
You can't say that in our
Well,
comments.
you can't say tranny in our comments. You'll get 3
No.
days. But go
Right.
on. I'm sorry.
So there's 15 states out there, including Tennessee, Kansas, Indiana. Ohio is not part of that.
We're not.
No.
Why?
We believe that, I guess you should talk about it. I don't know. I didn't ask.
Are you kidding? We're not in on that?
No, we're not. But we do have good news coming out of Ohio.
And it ain't about trannies.
It's not about trannies, no.
Okay. I'm
You
going to use that. I'm going to use that word. You know that every show I'm going to say the word tranny in every show because Facebook did that shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. But go ahead, Doug.
All right. So here's what's coming out of Ohio, and let me see if this thing's where it's at. Okay. So they're just now working on it. It's it'd be a bill that would give the parents a bill of rights for schools, and they would push that all school systems, that's public, private, all that kind of stuff, and universities, they have
Bye.
see you in 3 days.
See you in 3 days. Go ahead.
They would have to post their curriculum. They would have to post what they're using, okay, science, I'm using this book.
Parent
We're talking
information.
about blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, well,
Transparency.
the teachers are not happy about it. Neither is the union.
Why?
And because they say that the parent doesn't have, and I'm just going to tell you what they said. The parents don't have expertise over curriculum. The teachers do. That's what they went to school for.
But the point of it is we're not trying to have expertise over teaching science, math. We want to know what our kids are being taught and what the curriculum is. We have expertise on.
Bye, Tammy.
Yeah, see you later, Tammy. you and Aaron will be getting commissary money for you. But the teachers, we're not saying, and I don't think one parent was saying that we can do a teacher's job. What we're saying is we want to know what you're teaching our kids. And you're right, they work for us, Deborah. Private schools still work for the parents. You go to St. Mary's Catholic School, St. Paul's, you have to pay tuition and a healthy tuition.
Okay,
So,
do you want to hear what else they said? They said that
Joe's going
parents already have easy access to what their children learn.
Doug's cutting out now.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Out. Parents don't have easy access. We proved that. That's a lie.
They worry that mandates would create unnecessary burden and potentially threaten their professional independence, all while dragging them into a culture war.
Well, repeat that. They're worried about what?
They're worried that the mandates would create an unnecessary burden and potentially threaten their professional independence, all while dragging them into a culture war.
They can suck my left nut. They weren't worried about mandates when they were pushing for the mask mandate and vaccinations and stuff like that. We were called terrorists if we fought that.
Right.
But now they're worried about this shit. They can kiss off. The teachers union is the one pushing against this.
Yep. See, listen, and going back to schools and these cameras, they already have ways that parents can get into, like, to see what the homework is and all that. I don't know why they can't do that with a camera, where the parents have access to that camera. You don't put it out there on public forum and have everybody watching kids in school, but your parents should be able to get into a classroom camera.
Listen, in today's world, we're not talking when I grew up. In today's world, if school's getting canceled tomorrow, right now, there's a mass email goes out to every parent. To their
Right,
kid.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
So why can't a mass email go out to here's our curriculum, here's our, everything, what we're talking about. What would be the problem? What would be the problem? Well, this class, the curriculum is LBG, ABC, whatever. We're teaching this, that, the parent can decide whether their child needs to attend that class.
Well, they also said that the bill insinuates there's some hiding happening.
Who says that?
The teacher, and the teacher also says it makes me a little defensive, because I'm like, no, wait a minute, we're not hiding anything.
The fuck you ain't. We could do shows every Sunday.
Yes,
we could do shows every Sunday for 2 hours.
Just on
for
schools.
The next 2 months on schools about what they are hiding, and a lot of our shows that were on schools that took over the whole show on some of them, especially Frederickstown. Remember that ordeal?
Yes.
Frederickstown.
Yes.
They were hiding it. Point blank, hiding it,
and
from
told
the
kids. It's 652 things to write about. You can look it up on your own. I'm not going through any of that again.
Yeah,
but they told them, keep this hush hush. Don't show this to your parents. And they did say that.
And you remember the big anonymous survey? But you got to log into your computer and take that survey,
right?
Which means it's not anonymous. And you're right, Deborah. If they're not hiding anything, why would they not want cameras? If I was a teacher in today's world, I would want a camera in my classroom every day, because all the bullshit that goes on. They're never gonna, Lori.
And she also adds, the transparency has always been there, and parents who have cared to look have already had access.
They're full of shit. The transparency isn't there anymore. The United School Board Association wrote a letter to the President of the United States, Joe Biden. 5 days later, it's at the Department of Justice, and they're investigating 13 parents because they went to a school board meeting, wanting to know what the fuck was going on, and basically was called a terrorist.
Right.
So the teachers' union can kiss my ass if they're backing this. If you Deborah, she said it perfectly, Doug. What she says in the comment section: if you aren't hiding anything, you should welcome the cameras and scrutiny.
Right. I agree with that.
I mean, that right there says it all.
Right.
What is wrong with showing your curriculum, what you're going to teach my kids?
In school,
if you're not hiding anything, you should.
Back when I went to school, because the only way I could get through school was to buddy up with the teachers and get to know them. Not like that, but they turned in their lesson plan. Like every month, they would turn it in for the month so that it's reviewed by the principal, or so somebody knows what's being taught.
Right.
And so that if that principal didn't catch it, now you got two people on the carpet. Why didn't you catch it?
This is what I was bitching about, that one show about the principals, superintendents of the schools. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I said they're held liable for what they're teaching because they should have had that curriculum.
Right.
Yeah, it has. We allow, I don't even want to get on that bandwagon again. We allow our schools to be used after school for, Satan's class.
It's a
Satan
club. It's a
It's a
club.
club, but they do pictures and drawings and put 'em-
Crafts. They do crafts.
Yeah, they take
And they're nice.
sheep and goats and put them in a circle with
No,
candles
they,
around them.
no, they don't. No, they don't. No,
Now,
they
normally
don't.
we'd cut this thing open, but we're not gonna today. We're gonna save
No.
that for our field trip
Oh man.
out to Jim Bob's farm. Give me a break. Here. I remember that. I remember that video vividly.
We played that video.
We played that video. We played parts of that video where he questioned and was called a bully. Remember that?
Yep.
They called him a bully, and that one woman was offended that he would come in there and offended about what? Listen, our future's at stake with the kids that go to school. My grandbabies, I got 2 of them down there with Aaron and 2 of them up here. Aaron and them should know what their kids are being taught.
Right.
When Jen's kids go to school, they should know what they're being taught.
I agree.
Not some teacher in the teachers union. Well, I feel like we're being spied on. You goddamn right, you're being spied on when it's my kid going to your school. I want to know what the hell they're being taught.
Right. So the Ohio teachers say the Republicans' efforts could ultimately erode their ability to make professional judgments and stifle their spontaneity that brings their classroom to life, while adding to workloads that have already taken a serious toll on school staffing.
And Doug, I'm not going to say all teachers, okay? Let me clarify. Not all teachers I'm referring to, but the majority of the teachers got their own personal agendas. What was the one teacher, for example, that the kid had to write about how bad President Trump was, or what remember that? What was that?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with math?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now,
and it all falls back. Let me tell you people something. Remember this. It's sort of a Trojan horse.
that's from a science teacher.
Yeah, you should be scrutinized. You're teaching kids.
Right.
Sorry. You should be scrutinized. You shouldn't have free reign to do whatever you want to do with these kids. Now, my point is this. My kids should be able to know exactly what my grandkids are being taught in school. Now, if they agree with it, that's on them. I'm not the parent, Doug. I might pull my kids aside and give my opinion. Trust me. And Aaron's on. Unless he got booted off. Aaron probably got booted off. Got 3 days, but he'll tell you. I definitely there'll be a little sidebar about it. But but the thing of it is there should be transparency. There should be transparency. You're right. What about a teacher that had a 17-year-old in her house, gave him a vaccine, gave him, a shot? What we shouldn't get, transparency shouldn't be on that. Tammy got busted.
She did? For what?
Well, what do you think? Tranny, faggot, homo, lesbian, can't say Facebook censorship no more.
Yeah.
Like I say, you guys are free to comment whatever you want over there, but
that was Greg Miller's daughter.
What?
Got an assignment to rate why Hillary was a better candidate than Trump.
Yeah. What gives a teacher the right to put in? Was it Greg's daughter that? Okay. What gives a teacher a right to put into a kid's head one's better than the other? You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what? We talked a little bit about this, or maybe we didn't, but there was a article, and I was going to bring it up, that the teacher was she was being insensitive because the person was identifying as a cat, and she wouldn't meow to him.
Yeah. There's Aaron's response. You think that's not a response to something like that I wouldn't say? You know, it's our tax money that pays their salaries. Therefore, you know, they work for your local school district, which is funded by our tax money. Now, we have every right as a taxpayer to know what they're teaching our kids. Every right. And when they start trying to hide shit and say stupid shit like what you're telling me, they're hiding something, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
They're hiding something. And Aaron and the rest of you out there that have kids that are still in school or grandkids in school, if that school wants to go along with this, you need to check into that school and go to the board meetings and start bitching. Start bitching. You know, I mean, it all starts at school board, to be honest with you, Doug. School board's responsible to hire the superintendent, fire the superintendent, principal, right down the line. Am I correct?
Right.
That's where it starts. You should be in there knocking. They call me a domestic terrorist all you want. I don't care. You should be there knocking on the door. You know. Laurie, come on now. That wasn't that bad. What are you playing now? Calm down music?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not calming down. It pisses me off that the teachers union in Ohio, along with some of the teachers, feel that we're infringing on we're going to put mandates out. They didn't give a shit when we were against some of the mandates that the government put out. Turn that shit off. You're making me more aggravated. So, who else did we lose tonight? Just Sammy?
I don't know. Chris Stevens stopped there a while back.
Right there. Where is it?
Oh boy.
Huh?
Hey, what if we were having a conversation about it?
You're right, Mark. You're absolutely right. Teachers should teach the curriculum that they're supposed to teach. If they want to teach only what they want to teach, they should go down the road. You know? Tammy needs commentary. Oh, don't feel it. We'll put it up for her too as soon as we're off. Free Tammy. You know. Yeah, you're right. Go open your own school.
Yes, and you can do that very easily.
Yes.
Told you how to do it.
Doug went through it on a show that we had, how to open your own school. All right, Doug, we've been on an hour and 40 minutes. What more do you want to piss me off about?
No, I really don't want to do that tonight, so we'll just stop where we're at.
I hope we have content for next week, if we're allowed on next week.
We kind of touched on a lot of subjects here.
Whatever. It's a joke. Ohio school board needs an enema one. And you know, I remember that deal where Paquita went down there. He wasn't bullying nobody. He was asking direct questions that all of us want to know. And the school board got all butthurt. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The school board got all hurt. I mean, and then what's the first thing they do when they don't want to answer questions that are being asked? First thing, you're trying to bully us.
Right.
I'm not trying to bully you. You haven't answered my question. All right. We're going to close it out. Remember, vote. Register to vote. Vote.
Yeah.
And always remember, if neither party likes a guy, he must be doing something right.
I was going to talk about it tonight, but we'll wait. We'll talk a little bit more about it next week. They are planning on moving the primary into June. and the redistricting did not go through, and now there's a battle there.
Yeah, we'll get into that next week. DJ, it brought some stuff up. I want to look at some of that stuff about redistricting
Mm-hmm.
and who's behind all that. So, all right, people, use people.
You people.
God bless all of you, and God bless America. We need it right now. Thanks.
All right. See ya.